Well, it seems the transfer window is really starting to heat up on this sunny Friday in the United Kingdom. Allegedly, Chelsea have agreed a deal to sign Pedro Neto. Solanke could be signing for Spurs. Eddie Nketiah could be going to Marseille. And there's a couple of other bits and pieces for us to get into and go over. So if you allow me to share my screen, we'll do exactly that now. David Ornstein's been on a bit of a run recently, people, in the last couple of hours. And he's dropping exclusive on exclusive on exclusive on exclusive. Chelsea apparently have agreed a 63 million euros deal to sign Pedro Neto with Wolves. Apparently, personal terms have also been agreed. Now, Chelsea got more players they can count. I feel sorry for the kit men. I feel sorry for the coaches. I feel sorry for, anybody, the player liaison manager. They need so many things. They probably need a new stadium, a new training ground, a new set of coaches. They have too many players to fit resources. Could you imagine if you need to use the toilet in training, such as that? Chelsea are going to have to probably buy a lot more football clubs and create their syndicate. But on a serious note, for me, Pedro Neto's a great signing, provided he could stay fit, and one that could, do his bit to take Chelsea to the next level. Chelsea have agreed a deal to sign Pedro Neto from Wolverhampton Wanderers. The West London side will pay a fee of 60 million in brackets 51.4 million or $65.5 million plus 3 million euros in potential bonuses to sign Neto, who will undergo a medical shortly. The 24-year-old made 20 Premier League appearances for Wolves last season amid 2 spells out with hamstring injuries, registering 2 goals and 9 assists. He returned to obviously full fitness towards the end of last season and was involved in Portugal's squad for the Euros of 2024. Since signing from Braga, he's played 135 times for them and would have played a lot more if it wasn't for injury. He obviously had a deal until the summer of 2027 after signing a new long-term deal in March of 2022. That summer, Arsenal were in talks to sign Neto, with the Portuguese their top target if Nicolas Pepe left the club. Obviously, Pepe joined Nice on loan later in the transfer window, but Neto remained at Wolves. Apparently, in February, Newcastle United, Manchester City, Liverpool, and Arsenal were all interested in Pedro Neto. Again, Chelsea got to see firsthand what Pedro Neto brings to the table, and they've signed a whole bunch of players. By the time this video comes out for you lot, again, there'll probably be some more players Chelsea have signed or let go. So big them up. Apparently, Spurs are working to finalize a Dominic Solanke transfer as Bournemouth agreed to sell for a club record fee, which is great for Bournemouth. At 26 years of age, I don't want to praise Spurs, but, it's a bigger club than Bournemouth, and it's a step up for him, one that could propel him potentially into, England thoughts and whatnot. Record fee, I mean, surely Ivan Toney's a bit older, but surely he's available for a bit cheaper. But Bournemouth have agreed to sell Dominic Solanke for a club record fee, and talks with Tottenham Hotspur are ongoing to finalise a deal for the striker. Solanke has already agreed personal terms with a 26-year-old desperate for a move to the North London club. He's under contract until 2029, but apparently he has a release clause of 65 million that can be triggered by certain clubs. And Spurs need a 9. And again, in terms of scoring goals, he got 19 or so last season. Obviously, he fits the modern day in terms of general play and all of that kind of stuff. He's got a long way to go before he's mentioned in the same realm as Harry Kane, but considering their existing options, he's definitely someone that could be there. If you're a Spurs fan, Richarlison has ruled out a move away from the football club to Saudi Arabia. So that's Solanke. Obviously, that's Solanke and Pedro Neto. Keeping up the theme with London clubs, West Ham have picked Juventus to the signing of Todibo, who was once of Barcelona. Todibo is set to undergo a medical today with West Ham United ahead of a proposed move from Nice. An agreement has been reached with their French counterparts over a loan move with an option to buy. Personal terms have also been agreed for the 24-year-old. West Ham feared Todibo preferred a move to Juventus, while the Serie A club remain interested. West Ham are determined to secure his services, and should everything go according to plan, he's expected to complete a transfer to Locatelli's side. And obviously, a couple of players have left West Ham, including Kurt Zouma, who has moved to the Middle East, people. Apparently, Manchester United even considered the Todibo signing, but the deal was ruled out due to UEFA guidance on multi-club ownership. Obviously, the Enos Group are involved in a lot of them, people. So big step up for him. I'm sure West Ham fans are buzzing. Chelsea have agreed a deal with Atletico Madrid for Samu Omaro Dion, and Conor Gallagher is set to travel for a medical at Atletico Madrid simultaneously. Keeping up the theme with Atletico Madrid, Alvarez seems to be more or less a Atletico Madrid player. Victor Osimhen is still linked with a bunch of clubs. Romano's actually come out and said that, you know, just because Chelsea are making all of these movements, don't rule out the signing of Victor Osimhen. So we'll have to see what's going on in that regards, people. Moving on, you know, De Gea hasn't been with a club for 15 months, so big him up for getting a move to Fiorentina if that does happen. Aston Villa have rejected an opening offer from Fulham for their centre-half Diego Carlos. Again, when the screen wants to reload. Again, as I said, Kurt Zouma is signed for Shabab El-Elai from West Ham United. Arsenal are ready to sanction Eddie Nketiah's Marseille loan, including 30 million obligation to buy, which for me, 25 years of age, 100% profit, 30 odd million, player that can't really help us. Keep it moving. My only issues are, you would imagine, because of Gabriel Jesus' injuries and just betting on Kai Havertz, yes, you've got Trossard and Martinelli, that a forward or an attacker comes in because Eddie's gone, Nelson could be gone, Smith Rowe's obviously gone. Surely we get a striker or a winger, or by God's grace, both. Don't forget Moreno, an essential midfielder. Fair enough, man. Eddie Nketiah, 25-year-old, apparently has agreed personal terms, signing a 5-year deal. For me, I'm happy for him. You're going to a club where you're going to have more of a stature. Obviously, you know, Marseille is one of the most heavily supported clubs in France. You're playing in the top division. You're playing under an innovative coach like De Zerbi. So go and do what you're doing. He did play 37 times for Arsenal last season. However many minutes that means is another thing. He did get 6 goals, but he only started 10 Premier League games and was on the bench for our final 6 games as we were looking to win the title. So that just tells you where you are. Has been capped by England, albeit in a friendly. Still can represent Ghana. So yeah, it's a long time coming. You need to keep it moving, Eddie. So there's no complaints from me in that regard. Zubimendi and Liverpool are still locked in talks. Liverpool remain interested. Apparently, Arsenal and Man United are all long-term admirers. It seems like Liverpool are the only ones that are actively trying to get that done. You know, legendary centre-half Pepe has retired from football. We wish him all the best on his next endeavours. Newcastle have had a second bid rejected from Crystal Palace for Mark Gurhey, which I'm sure they want to get that over the line. Zubimendi, obviously, you know, apparently Liverpool are trying to convince him to join them. Sociedad are convincing him simultaneously to reject that move. Barcelona are getting a move on where outgoings are concerned. Julian Araujo apparently is about to sign for, I believe, Bournemouth, people. After really just signing for a year, really, he joined LA Galaxy. He joined Barcelona, from LA Galaxy in February of 2023. So quick little profit for them, really, provided, well, it is that. Again, we've gone over Pedro Neto, so we won't waste your time with that. So it seems like things are going on. Casemiro is still obviously linked with a move away from them. In terms of paper talk, Wilfred Zaha could return to Crystal Palace for a 3rd time, apparently after just 1 year in Galatasaray, people. Lee Carsley apparently is going to be named as England's interim manager for next month's friendlies. Ashley Cole could be set to assist in such, people. Maximilian Baer, who, check out my main channel, we did a video, is set to snub Liverpool and join Borussia Dortmund. Raheem Sterling says he wants to play for England again. I don't really understand how that's news. Should we go to goal.com's transfer news section, because they've actually got a decent little transfer page there. Hopefully it don't flop. Let's go to transfers. Transfer news is hotting up. Dani Almo's obviously signed for Barcelona. Dobson is signed for Wrexham. We've gone over that. Don't appear that there's anything new, really and truly. Apparently, Benfica and Aston Villa are fighting to land João Felix. Simultaneously, Chelsea have signed another young goalkeeper and then loaned him out. How many players, much less goalkeepers, do they need, people? We all know Mbappe's a Real Madrid player. So, yeah, things are going on in the market, people. But in relation to what we've got to discuss, that appears to be everything. Yeah, it appears to be everything, unless you care about Marco Reus potentially signing for LAFC on the free transfer, or LA Galaxy. On that, let me know everything, your thoughts, people. Do you think Pedro Neto will be a success at Chelsea? What do you make of Solanke's move to Spurs? What do you make of Eddie Nketiah's move to Marseille? And anything else we've covered. Again, don't forget to subscribe and them things there. Most importantly, stay safe, stay blessed. Peace. You always